Hello everyone and welcome to EG Jewel Lapidary. Today I want to talk to you about a problem that everybody got or everybody went through that, and even I did. Is while soldering and overheated the bezel, especially with the gallery bezel, which is very fine, and if you get stuck in that area or you get more heat in one area, what happens is you melt your bezels and we all go crazy and start sweating and all that. But so that happened to me and I did burn the bezel. So, okay, instead of throwing it away or making a new one, what I did is I fixed it. So how do you fix the bezel, or if you burn it, how do you fix it and how can you get over this problem? So stick around, don't go away, and when we come back, I will show you what I did. Okay, we're back, and I'm going to show you now what happened to the bezel that I was working on and how we're going to fix it. And I had a slip of hand that caused a problem for me, which is burn the bezel. Let me show you what happened here. Okay, wonder you could see this one here. Okay, so this feather here, let me get closer here so you could see. Okay, the feather down here, while I was pushing it down with the pick, it slid backwards and got soldered around the outside. So I had to apply more heat to push it back in, and I did. But by doing that, I got more heat coming in. You could see here that created this. You could see the burnout right there. Okay, and now it's not going to look nice. If I leave it the way it is, there is no way it's going to look good. So what I was trying to do here is to cover this area and put something else here that you won't see it and it's going to look nice. So let me show you what I did. Okay, as you can see here, I'm having three pieces that I'm going to add down here, and one is, or the two, it's left and right. These are like leaves, and in the middle it's going to be a rose. So this is a rose, two leaves, and I had a back plate that I'm going to solder all three together at the same time, so then I can shape them and then fit them right where they belong on the around the bezel, so from the outside, so you won't see it. And this is just a scrap piece of metal which I'm going to use. I flatten and make sure it's flat, sanded the surface. The rose, again, it's I filed the base where it's going to solder, and it's going to go right in the center. Same thing with the leaves. I filed, and I don't know if you could see this, but there's a couple of edges, and this edge in the base here, that's going to be all soldered. And that's going to be strong enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them up, solder them, and then I'm going to trim the base plate, and this way it's going to be all one piece. It's easier to have one piece to solder here than having three pieces trying to solder each one individually. This way at least I can set them up in a position that I like and looks good, and then I cut the outside, cut the shape, which is basically the base plate, and then I can put it back in and solder here, cover this area. And once the stone is done and it's folded over the cab, you won't see it. It was going to look nice. It's going to look actually better than before by adding extra pieces into it. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder all this, and then I'm going to show you what I did. So once it's finished, so I'll come back and I'll show you what I did after that. I got it here. Can you see this? Here it is. And it is bent just to fit nicely. Let me show you how it's gonna go in right here. So it's gonna be like that. So it's gonna be soldered right here like this, and that's gonna look nice. I'm gonna take pictures later on and just add them in. So I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna solder this one here, and then I'm gonna come back and show you this. Now it's good and we're ready to solder. So I'm going to take it over and let's do it. Adding boric acid here again just to make sure that it's going to be won't get stained. So I'm doing on all the pieces, the two pieces. Now I will use medium solder here because I used hard solder on all of the other ones that I already soldered. So now I'm using medium solder for this one here. Adding flux, it's very important to have the flux on both sides. Adding the hummingbird on just to add weight to make sure it's seated properly. Making sure the setup is correct and the solder is in the right place. So that's very important. Just take your time at the beginning because once you start soldering, there's no way coming back. So make sure the setup is properly done. And that looks very good right there. Just going to put it in the acid and clean it up. But I think before I do that, I'm going to just solder the back plate with my logo on it at the same time. And this one here, I'm going to use the easy solder, which is the last thing I'm going to put in. The little plate is already sweat soldered, so all I have to do is just put the flux on both and just locate it in the right position and solder. Looks very good, and now in the acid it will go. I'll take it out of the water. Looks nice and clean. All the solder is good. The back plate is also good. Nice, no solder around. It all looks pretty good and clean. You can have a look at it right now. Look at this. It's just everything is beautiful. Okay, so now everything is done. As you can see, it's already welded and ready to go. Here it is. So now all I have to do is basically trim it, polish it, and I think I'm gonna put some liver of sulfur to give it that accent, and it's gonna look nice. And this basically fixing the bezel if it burned out, and you won't be able to see it. So if you look at on the inside here, I don't know if you can see this. If you look at the inside, and this is where the burned area, and now that's already fixed. So you won't see it. Once I put the stone in, that you won't see that at all, and it's going to look nice. Well, I hope you liked that video, and if you did, just gives it the thumbs up and comment below. I do answer all the comments, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Also, if you didn't subscribe yet, please do so. Subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that bell down below, because every time I upload a new video, YouTube will contact you, will email you, and telling you that I uploaded a new video so you can watch it. And here is the final piece already trimmed, and it looks very nice. This is the back with the pattern, and this is the final one with the stone mounted on. I hope you like it, and till next time, have a great day. Enjoy your work that you're doing, and be safe. Thanks for watching.